Hi everyone, Budget Stark here. Thanks again for tuning in. Today's video, we are going to be checking out a comparison between the DIECAST 1/6 scale MK46 by Hot Toys and this version, which is the 1/9 scale DIECAST by King Arts. Before we start, always go through the instructions manual, because there are parts of this which are significantly different to the Hot Toys version. Just to start off with, the art box, very straightforward. Then you get the base, which does not light up, a flight pole, a standing pole, the clamp, the tools that you definitely need for installation of the batteries, various number of hands, relaxed hand, repulsor hand, and articulated hands, and the fisted hands that you get on the figure already. I will go through how the light up features work. Generally, I don't spend any time on the light up features from King Arts because they're pretty straightforward. But this one from King Arts is a little bit different. It has a couple of nice features which Hot Toys did not use. So I will show you how that looks. Also show you the weight difference between them and put them side by side so you can see the difference between the two figures. I'm going to show you the back very quickly. So let's check out this figure in a little bit more detail. So if we start off with the 1/9 scale diecast from King Arts, this is diecast, and so it weighs just under 370 grams. Then moving across to a generic-ish plastic Hot Toys Iron Man figure. This is the blue steel Mark 30, and this weighs around 380 grams, so a little bit heavier. And then we have now the Hot Toys 1/6 scale diecast MK46, and you can see it weighs significantly more, standing at around 900 grams. So some parts I want to show with you. You have obviously the chest plate comes off. That is the detail of the chest section, which is, you will see, different to the Hot Toys version. These two sections here and here attached to these magnets shown on the chest plates, like so. The arm, let me take his chest plate off, the arm can pull out of its socket very slightly, which means you hear that little click, means that you can get a full rotation, and you can angle the arm a little bit more in because you have a little bit more rotation there. As you'd expect, the arm section lights up, and a question that I'm sure collectors will be definitely comparing: how is the light up function on this compared to the Hot Toys version? Now this is where it gets a little bit different. So this back panel comes up, now lifts up like that, and the batteries go in there. As explained, different to how Hot Toys work, and the button for it is this little section here. You push it in like this, and it's like a push switch. So you can see that portion has lit up, and here the chest arc reactor has lit up, lights here, and on the side here also. Now if you move down to the legs, they drop down like most of the King Arts figures, and the hip armor does open outwards slightly, not too much, but slightly. And on the leg, let me get this angle, this magnetic plate comes off like so, and when it comes off, again on a magnet, when it comes off, here is a switch for the thigh section. Switch it on, and put that piece back on, and you can see that LED light has come on down here to the leg, and here as well. Those two portions have lit up. And the final part I want to show you is on the foot. Now King Arts have their feet on their Iron Man figures lit up, which Hot Toys generally do not have. So what I'm actually quite impressed by is that King Arts have used a push button switch here to light up all these sections, whereas normally it's a switch on the Hot Toys version. And this does extend, just to show you, just literally push it up, pull it up, and you get a bit more dip here, and you get swivel. Just be careful of paint rub around this section here when you do the swivel. Now let's check out these two side by side so you can see the differences between them. In terms of size, the King Arts version is around 9.5 inches, and the Hot Toys version stands at just around 12.5 inches. So that 3-inch difference you can see when they're directly next to each other. Just to show you the chest pieces side by side, you can see that there is a difference in how, not only how it's battle damaged, but some of the mold. So if you look at this section here, it's completely flush, whereas moving across here, you can see an indent on that secondary line where that gold section is. And looking at the chest pieces, you can see the more scuffs and the battle effects there. You see that? Whereas this is much more clean. In general, the King Arts figure, and you'll see that in a moment, is a much cleaner overall armor and paint app. One of the biggest differences is the chest section. So you look at the inner workings of the chest area and the arc reactor, there's that bluey tinge, and then the mold underneath is significantly different to the King Arts version. There isn't that blue arc reactor sort of cover plate, and it has those grey sections which are significantly different. The next thing is the colour. The Hot Toys version is a slightly darker cherry red, whereas the King Arts one is a slightly lighter red, I would say. And if you look here, you can see the scuffs on the arm, the bicep section here, along the midriff and the chest area, even on the shoulder, top of the shoulder just there. Whereas the armor on King Arts is, as I said, clean, unweathered. You'll notice also this top section does not have the sort of missile pods on the shoulder, whereas on the Hot Toys one there is. And the faceplate is slightly more gold and reflective on the Hot Toys one, whereas I wouldn't say it's matte, but just not as glossy on the King Arts version. Overall, the molds are very similar, but definitely not identical. Hopefully collectors have found this video useful. Thanks for watching, and catch you all at the next video.